14. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that it shall no more be said, the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right.
But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
From where?
From the land of the north.
Right. So this is going to be the new talk of the town. We're not going to be talking about the Most High power that when he showed us power and his angels in the sky and brought us up out of Egypt. When Moses said, let my people go. We're going to be talking about how the Most High brought the children of Israel out of the land of the north. Right? What land are we currently in? North America, right? But not just here. Read on.
And from all the lands, whether he had driven them.
Right. And every land that we are, he's going to bring us up out of those lands. Where are we going? When he brings us out them lands, where we got to go? The wilderness. That's right. Why do we have to go to the wilderness? So he can deal with us face to face. He has to have a private conversation with the nation of Israel. Everybody understand that? There's a conversation needs to happen. We know how this conversation is going to go. Right? He's going to say, and we're going to say, Khan. Right? He's going to say, do this, and we're going to say, Aman. Right? Just like we did before. But then what will we do is the question. All right? Will we really be sincere? Right? That's why today, what you do today is paramount, because what you're doing is preparing for that day. Right? You're preparing for that day. Right? We're going to show you in the scripture how to prepare. Right? Read on there.
Jeremiah 16:15. But the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north,
right?
And from all the lands whither he had driven them.
Come on.
And I will bring them again into their land.
Into where?
Into their land.
Right.
Into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Right.
Behold, I will send for many fishers.
Right.
Saith the Most High.
Come on.
And they shall fish them.
And so he said, I'll send for many fishers. And they shall fish them. And that's what you're witnessing here. There's many fishers in here. I see fishermen. Right? I even see fisherwomen. Right? Right? That what? You fishing. Right? Now, when anybody ever went fishing, know that they call it fishing for a reason. Right? You may not catch anything, right or wrong. You might be out there for hours and nothing's biting. Did you go fishing? Yeah, you did. Right? But nothing was big. Nothing. They don't call it go catching. They say go fishing. Right? So you go out there and you put it out there. Right? Many times we put this, well, how do we fish today? We fish men. We go put this word out. Right? Our sisters fish other women and children. And you put the word out there. And whatever the word do, it do. A soul might catch on. It might grab on. Or you might not. These waters might be barren. Right? Might be nothing going on here. But still in all, you're part of that labor of fishing. You're part of the labor of searching for the children of the Most High, right? Bring them back to the Father, because that's what the service of a servant of the Most High does. He brings Yahweh back to his Father, right? That's Isaiah 49 verse 5. We know that's the service, but what way do we do it? Some might do it by standing on the street corner, right? Some might do it through social media. We have musical ministry going, right? Some do it through song. Waking our people up, right? Somebody do individuals, come and talk to you. Let me rap to you for a minute, face to face, right? Might be a phone call, a text. It might be written word. It might be a book, right? Books have been written, right? I got this book right here, right? It says, Into Egypt Again with Ships. It's a very good book, right? It's written by Elisa J. Israel, right? And it really, goes into in depth on how we entered Egypt again by way of ship and what happened to us in the land of Africa and things of that sort, right? So books have been written. Anybody got a Babylon Timbuktu, right? These are books have been published. These are ways that we go what? We go fishing. We go fishing for the children of Israel and spark them and wake up. All right, read.
Jeremiah 16 verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Most High. and they shall fish them.
Uh-huh.
And after will I send for many hunters,
Uh-huh.
and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks.
Uh-huh.
For my eyes are upon all their ways.
Mm-hmm.
They are not hid from my face,
Come on.
neither is their iniquity hid from my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And first I will recompense their iniquity and their sin double,
Uh-huh.
because they have defiled my land. They have filled my inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
Mm-hmm.
O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Right. They're gonna know that, you know what? These, we call them minorities, we call them Hispanic, we call them Negroes. These are, we've inherited lies. We said, man, our fathers have lied to us. These minorities are the children of Israel, the Most High's chosen people. He said the heathen going to realize that day, in the day of our salvation. You're going to realize, wow, we didn't know. Some of them going to say, I didn't know. Won't make a difference though. You're going to know now, right? Thus saith the Most High God. Okay, so like he said, they're going to be fishers going out fishing. Then there's going to be hunters going out, and the hunters, they come to what? They come to judge. They come to bring judgment. We're not the ones to bring judgment. We're fishing, right? The Most High has another set to bring judgment, all right? Just like he told us in Ezekiel 9 and 4, right? So we want to continue to be fishers, continue to wake our people up so that we can be out of here, all right? Because us taking on these laws, statutes, commandments now is very important. Give me Judges 5 and 11. Get Judges 5 and 11. What's that? All right. Reveal his prop. Okay.
The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. Judges 5 and 11. They that are delivered from the noises of the archers in the places of drawing water,
right?
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts.
They shall do what?
Rehearse the righteous acts.
Come on.
Of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
Right. So what? We have to be in rehearsal. Rehearsing the righteous acts. Okay. This is why it's important. Right? Because when the day comes of judgment, that's not time for rehearsal. Now it's time to act and do. Right? When that wilderness comes, it's time to act and do. Right now, we're in that rehearsal time. You make errors. What are you doing in rehearsal? You make your errors now. Right? You figure it out. You sharpen up. Right? So it's a blessing to be woken up at this time. Everybody understand that? To raise our children to know Yah. Right? So they have a better chance than us. Right? And maybe their children, even a better chance than them. Right? We pray that we're out of here and we get to see the coming of a Mashiach, Yahweh, the establishment of our kingdom. But who's to say? Right? It could be our children's generation. It could be their generation. Right? But we have to rehearse, because what we do, we set in the foundation. Right? We pray our children are better at Torah than us, and their children better than them, and all the preparation that needs to go in. So it's not about us looking to save this life, right? This life is here. We do the best we can do with it, right? But the time to come is what we're preparing for. All right, go back now to Ezekiel 20. Not yet. We'll go back to that. So we gathering our people by teaching them, by waking them up. All right. Matter of fact, give me that. First Corinthians 1 and 21. 1 Corinthians 1:21.
First Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. 1 Corinthians 1, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Right, by the foolishness of what? Teaching. Right? That's why I said I see fishers in here. We should be all teaching, con? And by the foolishness of your teaching, you're able to what? Save lives. Right? Read that again.
Verse 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
Right.
It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
To do what?
The foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Right, to save them that believe. So we preach, and if you believe, then you what you're securing your way to the kingdom of the Most High. Because it's the Most High, he can wake us up like this. Yeah, he's power. He's all power. He can put the word in our inward parts. We can wake up in a vision and have the word of the Most High. He doesn't need you. He chooses to use us, but doesn't need us. Right? Don't think that the Most High is he's unable to get this done without us. So that's why he said the foolishness of preaching, because it's what the Most High has us doing, right? To have our time occupied, right? But he doesn't need us to do this. Okay, he said he can raise up stones, right? So understand the power that we serve is that great, that strong, the creator of all things. So we should just be thankful that he allows us to preach his word, right? You gonna say, get a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, he was saying the wisdom of the world is foolishness. The verse about, so
right.
So and then he said he's gonna. The next one said that his wisdom is gonna. Because he asked what does it mean by foolishness?
Let's read it all the way through.
The one above it.
Read 20, 21, and 22.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wise?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the scribe?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the disputer of this world?
Right.
Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world?
Right. So through the wisdom of the Most High, it makes the things of this world foolish. Right. The wisdom of this world is foolish compared to the word of the Most High. Right. Read on.
For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
Right, because they were so smart, they had so much science, they had so much greatness of man, they knew not the Most High. They believe in the Big Bang Theory, they believe in all other things but what the Most High says. But when it comes to the Bible, they say, oh, that's a book of religion. Oh, I'm atheist. Oh, that somebody wrote that book, right? They got all this, they could tell you what's happening in the stars, even though they're making it up, right? Right? They can tell you what's happening, that they're hanging out on the moon, even though they've never been there, right? But when it comes to the word, they can't see that this is true. Right? Read on.
Verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
Right? Come on.
It pleased the Most High.
Right? It pleased the Most High, even though the world didn't know. It still pleased the Most High to do what?
It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching.
By us going out and teaching anyway. We teach them anyway. Right? Some people might say, well, they don't believe. They got this and this understanding. Don't worry about that. You go out there and teach that word anyway. Everybody understand that? You don't just tell the word to those that believe. You tell it to the unbeliever that they might hear. Read on.
For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Right, because you out there for those that believe. So we go out and we teach. We speak the word of the Most High. Some get it, some don't get it. Right? You don't take it personal, okay? Right. Somebody gonna get it, somebody ain't gonna get it. Right? Why you wear those fringes? And you explain to them. They may get it, they may not get it. Doesn't make it any difference to you. It should make no difference to you because you know what you do and why you're doing it, right? You're in the congregation of the saints, so you do what you do, right? Which is the word of the Most High. Read on.
Verse 22. For the Jews require a sign.
Right? Because some people, they need to see, chariots flying in the sky for them to believe, right? They need to actually see it come through the sky and bust through. Oh, okay, now, yeah, I got it now. Maybe the Bible is true, right? And they still would probably be a skeptic, right? That's their problem. Blessed be those that have not seen and have believed. That's what the scriptures say, right? So don't worry about those that, well, if I don't see it, I don't believe I don't see it, right? That's all right. That's your loss. That's what that is, right? Read.
For the Jews require a sign.
Right, come on.
And the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Right, come on.
But we preach Hamashiach.
But we do what?
We preach Hamashiach.
But we're going to preach Christ, right? Right? These guys want, the Greeks, they want big philosophy, right? They want you to break down the meaning of the stars and read the skies and all that. All right, that's you, right? We're going to preach Hamashiach Yahushua, right? Because we know all things created by him anyway, right? Read on.
But we preach Hamashiach Yahushua, crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block,
right,
and unto the Greeks foolishness,
right. To the Hebrews that believe not Yahushua, that was a stumbling block. They're like, why? They think it's wrong to preach Yahushua, right? A lot of the Pharisees and Sadducees, they weren't accepting of Yahushua because they're like, no, they took it as it was something against Torah through the lack of their understanding, right? And Yahushua had to show them that he's in the Torah. All right, read.
But unto them which are called both Jews and Greeks, Hamashiach, the power of the Most High and the wisdom of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men.
Exactly. Even the Most High's simple things, the foolish things of the Most High is greater than what man could come up with. All right? But the Most High would consider something small and insignificant is greater than what man could come up with. Everybody understand that? All the science, all the technology that man has come up with, and they feel they're so great, right? The simple things of the Most High is greater than that. Okay? Read.
But unto them which are called both Jews and Greeks,
right?
Hamashiach Yahushua, the power of Yahweh and the wisdom of Yahweh, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
Mm-hmm.
For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
Mm-hmm.
But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Right. So how the Most High chose? He didn't choose great men in this kingdom, right? To teach the word of the Most High. He didn't choose them, right? You don't need to have a doctorate degree and be in an Ivy League to come bring the word of the Most High. He said he chose the foolish ones of this to confound the wise. He trying to just regular brother going to work, going to school, right, living life. Most High woke him up, and his ability and gave him the ability to go on this word and pull these precepts and decipher this word greater than someone that was, a Rhodes Scholar, right? Can't figure out this Bible. To show that the Most High, it's all by design. It's not by coincidence. All right. He knew who he picked. You're handpicked to do this work. Okay. Because if the Most High wanted to, he could have woke up those that's in the limelight, woke up those that have position and stature in this world and give them the truth to put it out there. All right. Then people would say, well, it's because he's so smart. They might say because he's so rich. That's how we got this information. The Most High chose regular brothers and sisters and gave you all the riches of the kingdom and the knowledge of his coming. All right. We got to praise his name for that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go too deep in this time. John 15:16. We'll get it, but we're not gonna go too. So we get into the precept and we go on to another topic. All right. Finish that. You finish where you at? Huh?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Verse 27. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
To do what?
To confound the wise.
So you confounding scholars with the knowledge that you're bringing out. All right. The people will tell you it shouldn't be. It's impossible to do the things that you're doing because the Most High has guided you. Okay. Read on.
And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world,
right,
to confound the things which are mighty.
Come on.
And base things of the world and things which are despised have the Most High chosen. Yea, the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Right. So what? We're the how you say, the underdogs, as they say, right? Right. We're not supposed to be able to do the things that we're doing, but we're doing them. You know, the Spirit of the Most High, or Hamashiach Yahushua, is allowing us to do these things. So we do them. We go out, we teach His word, we stand boldly in the face of our adversary, right? We tell these people in their kingdom, in their yard, we're in their house, that their house is going to burn, and they can't do anything about it, right? We go to the noble and shake the hand, as the scriptures say, and they can't do anything about it, right? From the steps of Washington, D.C., all the way to South Beach, we're telling the people, thus saith the Most High, and no one can stop this word. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Why is it they can't stop this? Right? We're literally telling them that their kingdom is the kingdom of the devil, right? And that they're going to be destroyed, right? You would think that they would silence this. Had they had the opportunity to do so, they would. But we have to recognize our power is greater than man. We serve a great power. And He said that we were going to go preach the word in the last days. Therefore, we go preach the word. He's not going to tell us that we're going to go do something that we cannot do. Everybody understand that? He's not the author of confusion. He told us what to do and gave us the ability to do it. Anything holding you back, you holding you back at that point. The Most High has allowed us to do this work. So we're going to do it. All right? Thus saith the Most High. Give me John, was it 14, 15? St. John? 15, 16. St. John 15, 16. St. John 15, 16.
The book of St. John, chapter 15, verse 16. Ye have not chosen me,
right?
But I have chosen you.
Right. The Most High chose us. We didn't choose a father. We say, you know what, I could have been this God, or I like this God. This God is better than the other ones. No, He chose you to wake you up, for you to see that all the other gods are false. Okay? There's only one true power, the Almighty Yahweh. He chose you to see that. Read on.
Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you.
Come on.
And ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, He may give it you.
Right. So He said He ordained us to go bring forth fruit, meaning that what? Works. Right? You don't have to go to a theological school to become an ordained minister to minister this word. Everybody understand that? The Most High already ordained you. Right? It's in your blood. It's in who you are. You've already been ordained to teach this word. Okay? Anything holding you back at this point is only you. Right? You holding you back. Right? When you allow yourself to do the work, then you're going to do the work. The work is there to be done. The scriptures say what? The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are what? Yeah. That's a real statement, man. All right. The harvest is plenteous. Go till the ground. Go do the work. It's there to be done. He's already ordained you. All right. By putting the spirit of the truth within you. All right. Yashwan. Right. He knew us from the womb. That's right. That's right. All right. Let's go back to Ezekiel. Let's come full circle. Why are we here? Why are we here? Let's go back to Ezekiel 20, 33. Because we're in this world The scriptures call it the present evil world. All right. And to do right, we rely on our preachers, our brothers, our sisters, our support system. All right. It allows us, gives us the strength to do that is right. There's strength in numbers. Everybody understand that? That we can lean on our brother and my sister in our time of despair, misunderstanding, right? The scriptures tell us about a cord that's woven. It's a lot stronger than a single, right? 2 or 3 cords is stronger. So we must band together and always understand that there's strength in our assembly. That's why the scriptures tell us, forsake not the assembly of yourselves together, right? Because this is the strength we need in these last days. Read on.
Right. Just like, if you remember in time past, in the time of Esther, when we all fast together.
That's right.
And we did that major fast with all Israel. And the Most High, had got out of that situation because we were always going to be put to death by the king. So, through the Spirit, the Most High used a sister at that time, used his sister Esther. She fasted along with us during that time. All of us, we all fast. Fasted in prayer will bring us forth, bring us out of here. Con? All right. We gotta remember that, man. We gotta remember that. And we'll be on one accord together. Ezekiel 20 and 33.
Okay.
All right. As I live, saith the Most High that power, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you. And I will bring you out from the people. I will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out. I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face.
Right.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Most High thy power. Mm-hmm. I will cause you to pass under the rod. I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
Right. So the rod is used for what? What's the rod used for? Correction. Right. So I said, I will pass you under the rod. I'm going to pass you under the correction. I'm going to put you through some things. You're going to be corrected. Right. Because we need to be corrected. All right. We need to be humbled and corrected so that we can walk in the way that the Most High allowed us to, or has shown us to. Read on.
I will purge out from among you the rebels.
Right. He's going to purge out the rebels from among us. Some won't hear. Some won't, will have a stiff heart, a rebellious mind. He said he's going to purge them out. So we got to practice now. We in the rehearsal now, not to have a forward mind, not to be stubborn and rebellious, but to move with the Spirit of the Most High. Everybody understand that? Read.
I will purge out from among you the rebels. And them that transgress against me.
Come on.
I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Right. So someone's going to come to the wilderness, but they're not going to make it through the wilderness, just like our forefathers did. Now, everybody that went into the wilderness made it to the land, huh? Even our beloved Moshe didn't make it into the land. Moses, right? Because he rebelled, right? So we got to get this understanding and understand that as the Most High shows us in Scripture how we ought to be, we need to make those changes. Everybody understand that? Don't hold on to things. All right. Be able to let it all go as the word instructs you.
Yeah, right? You see, and here it says the rebels. It says he's gonna purge out the rebels. A lot of times you got on you if you're not part of their camp, that you're a rebel. Here it says a rebel is a person that's transgressing against the Most High.
That's right.
So if you're not a part of whatever camp it is, if you're not transgressing the Most High, then you're not part of the rebels. Con? We're here for our salvation. We're not here to glorify what camp I'm in. You know what I mean? We need to come together as a nation. We're not individualites, we're Israelites. Con?
Hallelujah.
All right, hallelujah. Let me finish that.
Con.
I will purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me. Mm-hmm. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, mm-hmm. and they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Read.
and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith the Most High thy power, go ye and serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also, if ye will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name no more, with your gifts and with your idols. For in my holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith the Most High thy power, there shall all the house of Israel, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me. There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings and your first fruits of your oblations with all your holy things.
Right. So it's going to come a time where we're all going to serve Yahweh, okay, in his holy mountain, in his land. But we're preparing for that time now. So as we review the time of us coming out of Egypt, keep this in mind that we're going to go through this process again, this purging out process, this correction process. We're going to have to pass under the rod. We're going to have to be pled with our Father face to face. We're going to have a private conversation with the Most High. Like Moses told Pharaoh, he said, the Most High told him to tell him, let my people go that they may what? Serve me. So for us to truly serve the Most High, we must separate ourselves from these other nations. Everybody understand that? This is what the Most High has in store for us, that we separate, right? And once we are cleansed in the sight of the Most High, then we could go and what? Get the nations in order, all right? But we first have to be in order before we can get them in order. Everybody understand that? All right, so let's get the portion that's set aside for this Shabbat day. We're going to, I think it was Deuteronomy 14, right? Yeah, he got it. Tells you one. What's it again? Yeah, we're looking at Deuteronomy 14 and 22. Now you understand that, we're coming towards the end of the portions. We have one more portion, and then we start over in Genesis. So keep that in mind that we're going to be doing, those of you that have made it all the way through all the portions, you have read the whole Torah, all praises, right? We're going to read it again, right? Come next Shabbat, we'll be entering a brand new set of portion. We're starting with Genesis 1 and 1, right? And we're going to learn the Most High all over again. Hallelujah. Right? And year after year, we shall read these portions, right? And we should know the Most High as we're known of the Most High, and have that foundation of Torah and law within our spirit, within our heart, right? That we govern ourselves accordingly, all right? The purpose of knowing all this is we then take this knowledge and govern ourselves with it, okay? So let's get it. Let's get Deuteronomy 14:22.
Okay, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 22. Deuteronomy 14, verse 22. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before the Most High thy power in the place which he shall choose to place his name there. The tithe of thy corn and thy wine and thy oil and the firstlings of thy herds and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear the Most High thy power always.
So what's the purpose of tithing? To do what? And what else? What else? What did we just read? Learn to fear the Most High. Tithing teaches you how to fear the Most High, because he's not coming to you knocking, asking for his portion. You're just giving it, right? No man could tell you what and how much, nobody's in between you and your tithing. That's between you and the Most High. right? How you give it, where you give it, right? Who's to say? I can't tell you where to give tithes, where not to give it, right? But scriptures say that we must tithe. Everybody understand that? Okay. Now I know you growing up in the churches, right? You know they'll say, "Bring your tithes to me," right? Right? But we know that that was not according to the word of the Most High. Okay. Our tithe we pay towards how, right? Where, however, which way you pay, but it's up to you. Nobody can govern your tithes, right? You might say you want to put them in the light of Zion. You might be in AOI. You might go do, charitable work with it, whatever the case may be, right? But you give your tithes according to how the Most High bless you. But you must tithe, all right? But I heard that people break down tithes is done away with, all kind of stuff like that. That is not correct, all right? Tithes can never be done away with. It is the law of the Most High. The laws of the Most High are not done away with. Con? All right? Let's take a look. Let's get a understanding, a deeper understanding on how these work. Give me Nehemiah 10 and verse 38.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 38.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest, the son of Aaron, shall be with the Levites when the Levites take tithes, and when the Levites shall bring up the tithe of the tithes unto the house of our power, to the chambers, and to the treasure house. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the offering of the corn, of the new wine, and the oil onto the chambers. Where are the vessels of the sanctuary?
Come on.
And the priests that minister, and the porters, and the singers. And we will not forsake the house of our power, Yahweh.
Right. So when we had our temple, it was brought to the Levites, right? And it was stored up. A treasure house, it was called, right? What is a treasure? A treasure house, a storehouse. For what? What are you storing this stuff for? Why are you putting the stuff there? So in case somebody's in need. This is what a storehouse is for. A treasure house is for those that what? For when they're in need. They can go back to this storehouse, this treasure house. The Levites would take these things in and they would store it. Some they would use, some they would store. So that what? It's a place that you can go. Okay. This was an understanding. This is how our tithes was dealt with in the time of the Levites. Now, tithes existed before the Levites. Everybody understand that? It didn't start with the Levites, right? Get Genesis 14:17. Genesis 14:17.
The book of Genesis, chapter 14, verse 17. Genesis 14, verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of the Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Cheval, which is the king's dale. Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High. And he blessed him and said, "Blessed be Abram of the Most High power, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High, which hath delivered thy enemies into thy hand."
Right. So he just come back from destroying the enemy, Abraham. He met up with Melchizedek, and Melchizedek came with food and refreshments, wine, and things of that sort. And they blessed the Most High, right? And we praise the Most High for giving Abraham what? Victory over his enemies. Read on.
Verse 20. And blessed be the Most High, the power, which have delivered thy enemies into thy hand,
Come on.
and gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, give me the persons.
Read that again.
Salak. Genesis 14 and verse 20. And blessed be the Most High power, which have delivered thy enemies into thy hand.
Right.
And he gave him tithes of all.
Right. And Abraham gave Melchizedek tithes of all that he had. Right. What percentage is tithes? 10%. Right. He gave him 10% of all that he had. Okay. That's what he did. He wasn't instructed to do so. This is before the Levites. There's no Israel. There's no Levites. Right. This is Abraham and Melchizedek. This is before. So a lot of people say, well, tithes is a Levitical law. Well, that's not true. Right. Because the Levi is not even created yet. Right. So this is a law that exists with the Most High God, that we give 10%, right, to the Father in some way, shape, or form. This way, he gave it to Melchizedek. All right.